that I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to seeing. Like, I would love to see the adventures of him and his son,
that's some
all
very
that.
Fast and Furious vibe shit too, where like you take somebody who like I don't know what did he murder 20 people in that fucking movie and then turn him into a good
Oh
guy in
yeah,
the next
I'm
one.
sure.
Like he was ruthless,
Yeah,
dude.
but he was. Yeah, but you understood, like, he was his son's, I mean, his mom's puppet, really. He
Yeah,
was, and he was driven by hate, thinking that he killed his dad. He didn't know the full story, so you can understand why he did it. Is it good or bad? It's definitely not a good thing to do. He deserves the jail time, but he's not a complete bad. He's not a irredeemable character though.
so I saw Parasite and 1917 in 2020, but they're definitely 2019 movies.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know, dude. I might go with you on The Gentleman being my favorite one that I've seen so far. Dude, I don't know. I'm probably overlooking something. Where are you at? What'd you say?
So I'm actually I'm gonna add Bad Boys for Life to my list, but I said The Gentleman, Sonic the Hedgehog, Bad Boys for Life, Onward. Those that might be it for me. I have the Way Back feature starring Ben Affleck
Mm-hmm.
downloaded. I haven't watched it yet, but it looks pretty good.
I thought it looked
It kind of looks like
stupid
a
as
white,
fuck, but
looks
apparently
like a
people
white
like
version
it.
of Coach Carter.
Yes, or any of those movies. Do you remember the one with Edward James Olmos in it, where he was like a teacher in an inner city school?
Yes. Oh my goodness, man! Those movies were booming in the '90s. Movies like that with that vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Obviously,
I'm the white
Dangerous
savior
Minds.
coming to the black classroom.
Yeah, big deal in the '90s.
Yeah, early 2002. I remember, and I like this movie too with Hilary Swank, the Freedom Riders.
Won't you just
That
call
was
her
pretty good.
Hillary Schrank?
Hillary, I don't know what happened to my voice. Just Hillary Swank,
Fucking.
right? Swank.
Is that what it is? Hillary Schwank?
How do you say your name? Shit.
I don't know, bro.
Oh
I'm starting to
man.
question. I thought it was Hillary Swank, but now I'm starting to think it's Hillary Stank. I don't know.
Oh, how dare you,
Let's see.
Hillary Swank,
Hillary
$1 million
Swank.
baby lady. Jeez Louise.
She was in the Hunt that just now came out this year. That one that the one that got canceled for a minute. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about, and I did want to see it, but it didn't get good ratings.
I think
So it
it's
kind of like.
I think it's fun, man. I enjoyed it.
uh
I
I
could
do remember
see it
like
going either way though for you.
conservatives were mad about that one, right?
Yeah, ironically,
Yeah,
because they're not the bad guys in it by any means. Like, it's weird, dude. They got it wrong. Like, they definitely got it wrong because if anything, the liberals
the
end up
liberals.
being
Yeah.
slightly shittier in this particular movie, even though they all totally suck. That's kind of the point of it, you know?
I think that's what I thought the first time I saw the preview too. When I saw the backlash, I was like, I think this is portrayed to make the liberals look like jerks.
Yeah,
But
that,
whatever.
yeah, it was.
But that's the thing about conservatives. Sometimes they just they don't read the whole picture.
Just screaming
That's
about
my.
other people being snowflakes. They get offended just in a different way, you know?
It's really the same side of a different coin, or
Hmm.
you know what I meant by that. But yeah, it's amazing. It's if one side's not offended by another thing, it's the other side. It's ridiculous, and they want to call each other soft. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. But you guys are only hating your own brother.
Did you
It's just
try that game?
I about did. I thought you actually sent me a request or something like that
I did. I
last
think it's
night.
your
Did you?
turn.
Or was that? Do I have a random? Oh shoot. Okay. So I was kind of confused, so I just put the phone down.
Uh-huh.
Let me flip back up right now. I was on it for a second because I was like picking out my favorite type of music,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, "What is going on?"
I
Okay, so I
wonder
got
how
it up
many
right now.
songs there are. Okay. Excuse me. Do you see my turn? Do you see where it's your turn on one of the games?
Right now it's hold on, some stupid is messaging me. Okay, right now it's telling me to pick a playlist.
All right, see what
Okay, so I'm
happens.
gonna pick Central. I'm gonna pick '90s and 2000s.
So what? So you guys know, me and Ian are playing Songpop. It's a mobile app. I'm playing it on iPhone. Ian, you're playing it on something else, but we're playing together.
Yes. So this is what I see right now. Oh. How do you want it?
So you got it.
Am I being timed?
Yeah.
You can do it, put your ass into it. Obviously. I guess that was it.
So,
Okay.
all right, as you guys can see, I think you get 5 songs in a row. It starts to play them. It offers you 4 choices. You have to pick them as soon as they start playing because you get timed versus the other person. This is the first time Ian and I have played it together. I just actually downloaded this yesterday, but it's pretty dope. You guys should check it out. And then we can play. Let's see.
And then you guys can sponsor us.
Mm-hmm.
What's the... Yeah, Songpop, sponsor us.
Wait a second. You just went.
Yeah, I just went. It's your turn, I think.
Let's see. Maybe that was it coming through. No, it says it's your turn still. I wonder if you started a new game.
Gum. Okay.
Or if you
Oh, but let me go back, I guess. See what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with where the screens are at and everything.
Okay. I might have just been playing myself. Now it says accept Jeremy Prince.
There we go. Good.
Okay.
Good. We're good. Now you know what you're doing at least.
Now I do, yeah. Okay, I'm going again. 3, 2. I don't know this one.
That's some of them are tough, dude.
You got me on that one.
We'll see.
This one.
I'm curious if I'm about to get the same songs that you just had.
I think we did. Like, it showed what you picked.
Oh, yeah, all right. So if you, so you can see what your opponent picked at the exact same time they did. By the time you see it, it's already, you've already lost as far as time goes, even if you pick the same ones.
Yep. Yeah, the goal is to get before you did.
Let's see.
Interesting.
So I got this. This has been, it's still saying your turn, but that's all right. It'll probably come over in a second. I've been playing this, and then I got Scrabble Go, which me and Victoria have been playing next to each other.
Sorry.
So right now, Ian is doing his run, and then he's going to send that over to me, I'm imagining.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. So I guess I hit next game. Did you get it now?
Let's see. Nope.
If you haven't gotten it now, I'm really confused how it goes.
No, I think that was it. Let's see. Yeah. All right, here we go. My turn, and I guess I'm going with 90s and 2000s hip hop, which is what you just did. Fuck that one up. Fuck that one up.
Yeah, this one I was confused about. I was like, what?
Yeah, fuck that one up.
Give me a song, sir.
Big Willie
I know you
style.
did that last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that song.
The Wild Wild West. It's a lot better than the movie.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You know, I haven't seen that as an adult to see if it holds up. But as a kid, I loved it. But I could see the problems. Like, really?
Yeah,
why haven't they shot this Negro by now? Oh, that's good.
I think I did pretty good on that. I'm sending it back over to you.
All right, cool.
The first one I ate shit on. Like, there's no. I think I got 4 of them wrong. Like 3 of them wrong. What happens is my
All right,
fingers work faster than my brain sometimes, and I'll just hit some shit before I even heard the song.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. That's an old one. We got that at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't see Spider-Man, I would have never got that one.
No, me neither.
That's cool, man. This is a dope-ass game.
It's pretty. I figured you would like it. I mean, it's kind of like we've been playing music shit the past couple weeks, anyways. This takes the work off of it for us.
We can change up the genre if you want, because I know I probably know hip hop a little bit more than you do.
I'll pick next one, anyways. I think I picked this one. Yeah, no, I just picked that one.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had this or not. So I picked this one. Okay. So I'm going to pick 2000 Rockets.
Yeah, I hope you guys are playing along at home also. We have it a little bit easier because we can see the artist.
Some of these I know the songs, but not.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know a lot of those.
I got one right.
I think that was like me the last one. Can we go back and look at our previous shit, I wonder?
Somebody named Michelle challenged me in New York.
Oh, hell no.
I don't know you. Stranger danger.
How do I go home? I heard Quibi ate shit.
What the hell is that?
Quibi is that new streaming service that just now came out. The streaming
service. You know, that sucks though, because I think they had a good idea. Because I guess it's meant for people that are like on their lunch breaks to watch a quick movie or something like that. The only thing is, people aren't working. People are bored, and 10-minute videos aren't going to do it for people that are self-quarantining.
That's a really good point, dude. I didn't even really think about it in those terms. I know that they don't allow you to telecast or what. I don't think that's what it's called, but they don't allow you to be able to cast from your phone to your television, and you can't screenshot on it. So, like, it's never going to get memeable or go virable in the same way that Tiger King did or some shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think that's, during this situation is really what killed it. But everything you just said is 100% right. That was not a positive for it in general. But, like, even if you're like, all right, well, if I can't meme it, if I can't screenshot it, can't make things viral, at least let me watch the content. You watched it for 10 minutes and you got to wait another week for the other one or something, or next day. It's like you're sitting on the couch already bored as hell. You can't go to work. You know, it's whatever.
Yeah, we want 10 hours, not 10 minutes. At this point, you bring up a good point, dude. That's the long and the short of it is. And I don't want to sit and watch my phone when I can watch TV. All right, here we go. I did all right on that one.
You did better than I did.
Oh, wow. For those of you guys...
I know those songs, though, but like I just didn't know the names of them.
Dominance. I feel good about that, but dude, I think you just got me on the hip-hop one in that way. All right, I'm going to pick a playlist. I can either go 90s rap, aha, 90s pop radio hits, 90s pop rock hits. I'm going to go 90s pop rock hits. This would be...
Hopefully, all right.
This is like classic rock to Ian.
Oh, I like this one.
Oh yeah, good one. They really like that song. All right. And I don't go create game because that just now sent it over to you. Okay. Apparently you can go VIP and get a lot more games. Or a lot more songs. I have a couple friends that are playing.
Yeah, I got about 9.
Yeah, I think that's about the same here. I was good. I pulled up Reddit 50/50 because choices matter. I was like, yeah, we can maybe do that. That'd be cool. And then I like read 5 of them, and I was like, no, fuck this, dude. It's not, the risk is not worth the reward. The reward is not worth the risk.
All right, here I go. Man, you got me by like 1,000, bro. And these pop rocks. Nope. Oh, love that song.
It's a good one.
I got it.
That's a bop right there. That's like one of my favorites.
Oh, got that wrong. Just like well, I got I think 2 or 3 on that one.
There you go.
Yeah, I got 3 on that one. Yeah. Well, I do remember the 90s, kind of. So.
Oh shit! I fucked up.
Chemo Californication.
Ignore this one. They like that song too.
They do. Who doesn't though?
That's a good point. Ah, Big Daddy Kane should have known. All right, that was something else.
You and Big Daddy Kane around the same age.
Yeah, it's true.
There's
dude.
my one.
It's a good point.
There's my one per video.
That was pretty good though. I like that. I'm sure Big Daddy Kane appreciates it.
Yeah, I'm sure he hates it. Did you hear that Tom Segura joke he did?
No.
He said that he met Big Daddy Kane like walking down the street and he yelled, "Yo, Kane!" He did it in like a black voice and Big Daddy Kane was like, "Who's that?" He's like, "No. I can't do it as good as Tom Segura though." But
I'll have to check that.
Right.
I think I saw the whole thing the other day. That was it's still my turn. I fucked up.
Oh, it is your turn? Right.
No, it's yours. Good song.
Damn. White girls love that song.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
It's crazy. It says the N word so much, but like you should. I love doing that with karaoke because I love like putting my like giving them that face when it comes on. Like I ain't saying she'll go good. She ain't messing with her broken. This is me. Like, what's the next word? What are we gonna say?
Did you see the footage of fuck, who was it? It was at Hangout Fest in Gulf Shores, Alabama, and it was man, I'm not gonna be able to think of who it was right now. Kendrick Lamar, I feel like, yeah, and some white girl came up on stage.
Yeah, that kind of sucked for her because and that was his fault. He knows how many N words are in that song.
It was 100% his fault.
It was. He set that girl up.
and plus, she was white girl wasted, too.
She was so proud of herself.
Yeah.
Say what?
I say, and she was white girl wasted. Like, she's going to lean into it.
She was. She was so proud of herself. It's like, Kendrick loves me. I'm rapping his song word for word. I'm doing so good. And she looks down like, why is everyone mad at me? What did I do? Just sing the song.
That shit is fucked up. You guys got to see that video. Hold up. I can probably bring that up.
Let's do it.
I'll probably pull that up. Why not? Got myself a let's see. Was it
This would be
Hangout
good
Fest?
content. Say what?
I said, was it Hangout Fest? Kendrick Lamar. I feel like it was like right here. Lamar.
And at least he wasn't a jerk about it too. He was like, "Hey, you can do it again, but there's one word you can't say."
Yeah,
He wasn't
yeah.
like, "Hey, get off my stage, bitch."
No,
Yeah,
no,
he
he
was-
didn't
he
like
was nice
punt
about
her
it, but he
off the
still set
fucking
her up, though.
stage. All right, here we go.
Yeah. But I think he realized he was wrong.
I told you every time.
Swear I got you.
I got you.
Look how confident he sounds.
Rules and Crips all got along. They probably got me down by the end of the song. Singing like the whole city going.
Like, I casually like Kendrick Lamar. I wouldn't know how to sing the hook off this song.
That was the first 10 words. And the whole crowd just stares on.
All right, I'm good. So, bail. Oh, it makes me so uncomfortable. So what the fuck was she supposed to do?
I know that if I was her, I would have been like, "Are you sure that's the one you want me to sing? You have so many other hits, Kendrick, that don't start off with where you from, my nigga."
Do you say my ninja? Is that like the workaround? I don't know.
I mean, sometimes like when you hear a rap song without the N word, they can bleep it out. Like, "Hey, oh, let's go. I'm that."
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
But you can't end it on my. You got to throw something in there. My killer. I don't know. I don't think there's anything you could say that is not not slightly offensive. I
would
know.
probably just refuse to do it. I'm like, Mr. Lamar, it was a pleasure meeting you, but
yeah, I'm not gonna
can't
bury
sing that song.
myself on the internet for you right now. Thank you. Oh shit.
Meeting you is not gonna cost my life. Like, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
He probably, to be
Again,
fair,
nice
was
to meet you.
trying to find the black person in the audience, but it's a music festival, so that was like the closest thing he could find.
Real. One's been the music festival. It's not gonna be predominantly black.
No.
And I say this all the time. Like there's a lot of talk about and I'll try to say this is politically correct. I can say it, and I guess my black friends might not agree with this. We love hip hop, and we love to claim it as ours, and it is. It was started by black people. It is part of our culture, but we're not going to reshape how the system works because we are not buying albums.
Yeah.
We buy albums. Let's keep it real. White people are.
Yeah.
And if these rappers want to make a living, they're going to sell to the people that are buying their albums.
Yeah.
So you want to support black people and buy albums. Seriously. Like I can't stress that more than ever. Like, support anything black if that's your mindset. Like, hey, this is our culture. Well, if it's your culture, why aren't you, paying into it? You'll listen to it on the radio. You'll download it illegally. You'll listen off YouTube. But how these rappers make their money are from people that are going to these festivals. Majority white people.
Yeah.
They're the ones still buying the albums.
And I don't want to fly in the face of what you're saying, because I think that's a great point. But is that still like the case that album sales, or is it just straight up music festivals?
Well, streaming wise, yeah, like majority of how people get their money, like musicians, are festivals and concerts, because you're right, they're not buying albums like they used to. But now they'll sell good singles and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but the money comes with merchandise, and it comes with concerts. That's their bread and butter. That's how they get their money.
I think it's crazy.
They'll get a couple change.
Like us listening to entire albums back in the day. Like, you spend $15-$20 on it, and you're gonna like get your money's worth out of it. So like songs that aren't singles, the B-sides, like I remember there were so many times where like I would get a CD and I would be like, oh yeah, dude, track 2, 7, and 12 are my favorites. And then like 6 months later, I'd be like, oh dude, it's all about track 3, 8, and fucking 11. You know what I mean? And like you just go through different phases where you're appreciating different parts of this person's discography. And like nowadays, It's very, very seldom that I listen to an album from beginning to end.
Well, we don't have time to marinate on stuff because we have so much content coming our way.
Yeah.
I love the experience of going to the record store, buying a CD, coming home and doing what you're doing, analyzing each song. Top 3 of them I'm going to listen to 1 week. Next week, oh, this song was actually kind of dope.
Yeah.
But now, get this album, like, oh snap, Jay-Z just dropped an album. The next day, oh snap, Kanye just dropped an album. Let me put Jay-Z's aside for a second. And, you know, we got to sit down and marinate things. Like, and we just don't have time to do that. I would love to go back to that, though. Dropping an album once a month. I remember back in the day when people dropped albums, music didn't get old. You would listen to that album for a good 6 months.
Yeah, for sure, because
Now
you
it's
didn't
like,
have that many choices.
You didn't, but nowadays it's a month. Oh, you listen to that? That's an old song. Music doesn't expire. So fuck you.
No doubt. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And I also remember the satisfaction that I would get from like predicting the next single. You know what I mean? Like I would be like, oh yeah, that song, track 7's hot, and then they'd start playing it on the radio like months down the road, and you'd be like, see, I knew that one was a banger. I knew that was gonna be the next one on the radio, and like that's something that you don't experience anymore.
I remember doing that. There's been a couple of times. Don't you get upset too when they don't pick the one that you wanted?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like
when Outkast dropped their double disc, The Love Below,
yeah,
and
Stank on Ya.
What was the Speaker Box?
Yeah, Speaker Box. That's right.
Stank on Ya. So yeah, I remember doing what you're because there was so much. It was a double disc. There was so much on there. I was like, man. Usually they dropped like 4. An album usually would have 4 singles on it that they would put out either on the radio or it would be the music video or whatever. I remember picking out like, okay, they're probably gonna pick 2 from this and 2 from that, and I think I got Big Boys right, but I think I failed Andres. I knew he would put out Hey Ya. That was, but I forgot what his other one. Caroline, I think Caroline. She's for the word.
No, you like.
Yeah, I think I remember listening to another track that I felt was better.
Yeah, there were some good ones on The Love Below, man. That was some weird shit. But I feel like Outkast has pretty much always put out my favorite hip-hop albums. Like, beginning to end, storytelling, interesting, like, layout. Like, AT Aliens was super, super good. But, dude, even, like, Southern Playalistic Cadillac music is cool. AT Aliens went way more, like, concept album. Like, every song had almost, like, was a key scene to this story that they were telling, and then I feel like Aquemini did that the best. I feel like Aquemini is probably like one of the best hip hop albums of all time.
Facts. Woo, your coolness just skyrocketed. I'm buying stock in you now. You're really cool now.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100%, man. You don't know how much I would give a lot to see an Outkast reunion, but apparently they don't get along. But
yeah, Big Boy's still
one
out
more
there.
Yeah, he's still doing his thing, which I feel like he's very underrated. A lot of people give props to Andre, which he deserves, but like a lot of people they sleep on him. He's good too. I would love like a reunion album though, just like one more album. Seriously, we deserve it.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Yeah, they were super good. What else? Oh, dude, you mentioned something to me yesterday we didn't even get a chance to dive into. Apparently, Tyler Perry doesn't like wearing dresses in movies.
Yes. So, and this was on a recent podcast, T.I.'s podcast, Exponentially or whatever. I think that's how you say it. He was on there, and the question was brought up, like, why about his character Medea, and it's been a long conversation in Hollywood about black men in dresses. They feel like Eddie Murphy, Tyler Perry, Martin Lawrence, they do that to Hollywood pays these black men to demasculate black men in Hollywood. That's the theory that a lot of people say. Whether I agree with that or not, it's a different subject. I feel like honestly it's just a paycheck. I feel people laugh about it. Comedians do whatever it takes to make somebody laugh. I don't think it's deeper than that. But there is like some, and people have a good case that's like, it goes back to Jim Crow times and segregation where like it's like blackface, I guess. They do that for entertainment and stuff like that, and it's I don't know. I can't defend the other side as much as I wish I could right now because I don't know much about it, but I feel like there's a lot of racial motivation to putting a dress on a black man, and he was asked the question about it, and he said, honestly, I don't like it just because it's uncomfortable. There's no deep meaning about it. He said he's just doing like an impression of his like aunt or something like that, but he hears the criticism about it's called a coon and stuff like that for wearing a dress, and he understands the criticism, but he doesn't like wearing it because it's uncomfortable, and a lot of people think it's racially motivated when they force dresses on black men. I don't know if you've ever heard that before, though.
I have heard
Right now, get free delivery at Chipotle with the delivery kit.
I have heard that like peripherally. I don't have a deep understanding of the subtext of it. From where I'm at right now, I would just almost instinctually point to Monty Python, or even later than that, Kids in the Hall, or Shakespeare hundreds of years ago, where women weren't even able to act, and so men took all of the roles and they dressed as women on stage performances and all of that kind of stuff. And so I don't know about the racial implications of it. I don't know. I certainly don't think that Eddie Murphy was the first person to wear drag in a movie in Norbit, or
Definitely not.
what's the one? Nutty Professor. Yeah, right.
Had, Big Mama's House, which I love the Nutty Professor movies, by the way. I think they're hilarious.
I feel like where Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence were both essentially household name comics prior to being put in drag, which the same could be said about Robin Williams. He did Mrs. Doubtfire. I feel like nobody asked Tyler Perry to dress like Medea. Like, somebody asked.
That's what he said.
Huh?
Yep. Tyler Perry, that's exactly what I think that's what you were getting at. Tyler Perry said that in the video. He said all these people were asked by their executives, their producers, whatever, whoever had part of that movie. Tyler Perry owns all of his stuff.
Ah, interesting.
These are his movies.
Yeah. So he said he addressed that.
This was his choice. Yeah, he did address that. He said that these are people that the studios told them to do that. Tyler Perry not only writes his own movies, he writes his characters. Now he owns his own studio. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't answer to anybody.
Nope.
These guys did.
Yeah, that is a very different thing. Within, like, I can imagine it making you uncomfortable for somebody else asking you to do something that you do feel like is emasculating. I mean, I think
Dave Chappelle has gone on record saying that he refused to wear a dress when he was filming Chappelle's show.
I actually heard that
Look
before.
At all the, yep, he's refused to do that. Executives asked him multiple times to do it, and he's like, "Nope, I wouldn't." That's the line I'll draw. Now I'll wear that Klan outfit.
Yeah,
but I'm not wearing a dress.
And I think you and I might have talked about it before, and just, not to delve too deep into it, but I think that there is a bit of a different expectation of what masculinity is in different cultures and different communities, and I think that the white dudes and white people in general let a lot more shit slide, I guess, in terms of like what you can get away with and still be perceived as being masculine, where let's just face it, like, I think, homophobia is a little bit more prominent in certain groups of people than it is others.
You're absolutely right. It does come down to that, too. Like, I think we got a lot of work to go when it comes to homophobia, and I think it's true. I see a lot of it in the Black community and the Hispanic community as well.
Yeah.
You would think they'd be more sympathetic because we've had some of the same type of struggles, but no, I say that. But it's mostly in the older community, though. I'll say that too. I feel like the younger community is more like, all right, that's an old way of thinking. We're not thinking that way.
Yeah, and it's incredibly broad strokes to say that any group of people think any fucking way. It's not a monolith by any means, but it just feels like, in that context of the conversation. But I don't know, man. I feel like with Tyler Perry, like, the dude has built an empire. Like, I can't say that anything that he did up to this point wasn't the right move. You know what I mean? Like, what do I know compared to that guy?
I look up to every move he's done. He's done it all by himself. And like, regardless if I think his movies are quality or good, it doesn't matter. Like, the steps that he took to go there, it's nothing but, you could not do nothing but give this man props. He wrote his own scripts. He did these plays. He did it all. He sold it all by himself. He got this following by himself. He brought it to the studios. The studios like, this is stupid. We can't sell this. He proved them all wrong, and he made multiple movies, millions of dollars. Now he has his own studio. Like, come on. He made his own blueprint, and his work ethic is amazing. Nothing but praise. Now, is this movie's good? That's a different subject. It's all personal opinion about that. But no, you can't give him nothing but props for how he's done his life. He's definitely a treasure when it comes to work ethic and in the film industry and just being an overall general success.
I think one of the cool things about Tyler Perry in particular is like he realized there was an audience well before like Black Panther came out or something, where other studios started getting confident enough to make black movies. Like, he was always like, if I make movies for an audience, they are going to come out and support the films. And I think that kind of, back to the discussion about music and stuff, where there's an assumption that a large percentage of people aren't going to fork over the money to go out and see movies during their theatrical run and stuff like that. I think middle-aged to older black lady demographic proved to be pretty powerful in the market.
Every demographic has an audience. Yeah. Seriously, he found that one. Like, before these Tyler Perry movies, these are old black, not just women, but just black church people.
Okay.
And I would say, me and you probably know this, Christian movies aren't the best. They're not good quality.
Yeah.
They're corny. But he made it like, these are Christian movies with some type of message in them. But at the same time, we could be edgy. We could talk sex. We could, we're human beings on this planet. So he reached out to the audience that he grew up in. He grew up in the church. He reached out for that audience, and he knew that these people would go out and pay for it because they're going to see his play. These are the same people going to see his play.
Okay.
He's breaking all these records with just plays. He's making this money from the plays that he put his money into. He knew it was a no-brainer. Say what?
He was like a playwright first?
Yeah, he was a playwright first.
Cool, I didn't know that.
So he knew it was a no-brainer. Like, listen, I'm doing this play 10 times a day. It's going to be a no-brainer. These people are coming to me in this city. There's people like this all throughout the world. There's black people that are in the church that are in New York. They're in California. They're in Florida and stuff like that. They're going to go see the movie if they're not going to come see my play. It was just a no-brainer. And the executives and the people of the studios didn't understand it. They were like, what? I don't get this. This is, of course, like I just said, Christian movies don't sell that much. But he knew his demographic. He knew if you cater to that audience, they will come every time. And he knew the audience that was coming.
Yeah, I don't know that you guys that are checking this out know that Tyler Perry owns the biggest movie studio, period. He has the biggest studio of any studio. That is fucking crazy, dude. That is so crazy to think about. Like, I'm not saying that Disney doesn't own more square footage in studios when you consider all of the different lots that they own. But the point is,
they got multiple ones.
Yeah, dude. But it's just insane. It's freaking insane. So yeah, like props to him. I do think that that's an interesting conversation because I haven't actually checked out T.I.'s podcast at all, but I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I heard it's been like cracking, top 5, top number 1 freaking streamed podcasts out there. So like, is it something you keep up with?
Yeah, if he stopped for a little bit after that controversy with him saying that he checks his daughter's hymen, but now he's getting back into it. That was interesting. Yeah. But now he's getting back into it. I think he did have this conversation with Alex Jones that I was kind of like, T.I. needs to go back to understanding journalism because as much as we know Alex Jones is a weirdo and a freak, he didn't let Alex Jones talk a lot. So I think he needs to learn how to pause and let his guests talk a little bit. But I think he's getting better after seeing this Tyler Perry interview. He let Tyler Perry talk a lot. But he lets people on, kind of like Bill Maher, where he's letting people on that he disagrees with sometimes, and he didn't. But he's letting he's giving them a platform. I respect that. But yeah, I think his podcast is really dope. I do check it out from time to time.
Does he feel like a confident host? Is he pretty quick on his feet and know a bunch of shit?
Yes,
That's good.
I'd say so. He to an extent, like this is the only negative I'll say about Ti. He is very, very intelligent. He knows his shit, but comes to talking to someone else to get their own opinion, sometimes it seems like he's not open to changing his mind.
Yeah.
He's just like, okay, this is your opinion. I'll give you mine. I'm gonna tell you why it's wrong every time. But you got to hear somebody else out. I mean, we all have our biases, I get, but I would love to hear why, and I could see why you would feel that way. But he's just like, this is why you're wrong every time. And, sometimes even when I disagree with somebody, I'm just not gonna respond. I'm just gonna, okay, that's cool. You think that?
So you have Alex Jones on the Controversity YouTube channel, and you have an opportunity, and like 4 million people are going to listen to it. Do you give him the floor?
That's views all day. Absolutely.
Or do you interject and say, like, look, I'm giving you the platform to speak your mind, but at the end of the day, this is my show. I'm going to fucking tell you how it is. What's the best way of approaching something like that? I'm curious.
I feel like, okay, so I've never been to journalism school, but I've done a lot of studying on it. I do feel when you have a guest and they talk, you definitely shut up and let them talk, especially if they're your guest, especially a number of views. Alex Jones is going to get you a lot of views. You do have to stand your ground, though, when it comes to the questioning and staring and having to elaborate some things. When he says something crazy, like, say, hey, the Jews are the reason for all the wars, you stop. Explain why the Jews are the reason for all the wars.
Okay.
As stupid and chaotic as you say, you have to be the person that steers it. Now, interject and give your opinion. That's cool, but regardless, if this is your guest, you gotta let them talk to them. They're going to give you 70 to 80% of the dialogue. People are obviously if they're on my channel, they love me, but a lot of these new people are here to see Alex. It is what it is. So
yeah, I think
that's
I
how I
agree
would
with you.
say it. You're there to steer the conversation, but you're there to let the guest talk more.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think it's almost like a common, it's like an etiquette thing, right? Like you treat your guests
Obviously.
with respect, and you let them, like you make them feel at home. You make it comfortable for them.
Mm-hmm.
You try to create an atmosphere where they're willing to share. And if they come onto your show, you're the constant. You're the thing that's going to be there after whatever controversial guest leaves, and you've got the platform back to yourself or whatever. So, like, you'll always have an opportunity to let your opinion come through. But I feel like interviews are an opportunity to let the other person share their perspective.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think that's interesting. I need to check it out. I've actually heard good things about it.
And one more thing to say about that too, what you said about you got to make sure they're comfortable. If you got somebody comfortable in an interview, you're going to probably get some good quality content out of what they say if they're comfortable.
Yeah, I think that's one of the good things about Hot Ones. I think it's one of the good thing about alcohol. Like, not every guest that you have is going to want to have drinks or whatever, but like something to disarm people a little bit, like some sort of way to like let them get relaxed. You know what I mean? Because like rigid interviews.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, I was just gonna say rigid interviews. Like you can't. They don't have like a natural flow to them. So you got to find some way past that. And it doesn't have to be like substances, but I tend to feel like alcohol is a pretty easy way to pry people.
Yeah, 100%. I personally, if we don't have alcohol or any type of substance, I always just in casual talk try to find the common ground, because at the end of the day we have some type of common ground.
Yeah.
Whether it be like, hey, I like the same cereal as you, or I like the same drink as you, I like the same movies, I like the same music. I'm going down this road with you in this casual conversation to find that, and then we'll when we find that road, we'll get to the other questions there. But this is where we're starting on our common interest.
Yeah, 100%.
We're gonna get to the stuff we disagree with later.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've done a bit of interviewing people, and I've never really freaking hit a wall where our disagreements turned into something like that were unreconcilable. But I've never really like put somebody on the under the hot seat or on the hot seat either. I'm trying to think about like a person that I would try to hold accountable. Like, I don't know, having Donald Trump having to answer your questions might be a little bit different of a situation.
Yeah, sometimes I watch some of those interviews with Donald Trump, and I don't know. Sometimes I'm yelling at the screen like, "Why aren't you asking him about this? Why aren't you asking him about this? Like, why aren't you holding this guy accountable for this?" Because there's so much stuff you could ask Donald Trump that us as the viewers are so confused about why he made this decision or why he said this. But it seems like I don't know if he's got somebody in the room that's just like, "Hey, don't ask him this question," or I don't know. But if I had an interview with Donald Trump, obviously I would start the same way. Hey, I do have an interest with Donald Trump somewhere. It's not a lot, but I'll find it. I'm going to start off trying to make him comfortable, but I don't get it twisted. I will ask him about some of the fuck shit he's been doing and saying. It's gonna happen, but I just don't. I feel like a lot of interviewers that have the one-on-one conversation don't press him as much as like the people that are actually doing the conferences. The people that are doing the conferences, those are the ones that actually do try to press him, but he shuts them down and just starts talking his shit. And it's I don't know. It's difference between a conference and like a one-on-one interview, and I don't feel like one-on-one interviews ever do justice when it comes to him.
I don't know that you could get him in a situation where he was just gonna like candidly engage you in like anything that he doesn't like, anything that puts him off his game. He's just gonna divert it. He's gonna somehow find a way to get around it. He's gonna be dismissive of you or somehow condescend the fucking publication you work for or something. He's like, oh, and what organization do you work for? Oh, that's all fake news. All right, well, sweet. So like, I don't know, man.
There's no winning in an interview with this guy.
No,
it's just something I would probably pass on, just because you're absolutely right. Everything you just said is going to happen in the interview. He's just like, okay, you disagree with me, you're fake, you're part of left. What about Hillary? What all the greatest hits that he says, and you're just it's coming. You're like, all right, there's no winning. And then his fan base is like, yeah, you speak the truth, and you're like,
yeah,
open your minds. I don't get it. Whatever.
And then there's somebody like Alex Jones, like, where he's had a platform for so long. At what point is it just like, dude, you've said enough. You're gonna listen to me fucking talk now, buddy? Because he said so much crazy shit, dude. Like over the years, it's
oh yeah,
unreal to think about the amount of nonsense that dude has said. But then, like when you try to hold him feet to the fire, they don't want to talk about the shit. Like him talking about crisis actors after mass shootings. He had to go and apologize for that. But like, dude, you said that shit.
Wow. Yeah, and then people are still getting harassed by their grave sites and their families. Like, I couldn't even imagine. I don't know. My temperament's pretty good, man, but I'd have to see Alex Jones. Seriously. If my son died in a mass shooting or something like that, and he's over here with this false claim, and he's got these wackos at his gravesite or following me to work saying, oh, shame on you for faking that you had a child and you died. All bets are off. Fuck that shit.
Man, I like a good conspiracy theory as much as the next person, but like at some point you have to look at it and be like, those crisis actors knew people who must know people, and eventually, like the 6 degrees of separation type shit, like you've all of a sudden involved 100,000 people. But if you've ever tried to like organize a small event or like try to get 100 people to cooperate, you start to understand what a fucking daunting task something like that is. So to orchestrate something like that, where the kids themselves were crisis actors, is completely outside the realm of realistic.
It's loony. It's loony. No, I can't even really comment too much about it, just because I'm just like, these people on Earth exist that they believe that child would. I don't know. It just disgusts me, tell you the truth. It's weird.
So I went out today, and I would say women more than men wearing masks.
Oh. Did you see that video of that guy getting drug out for not wearing a mask in Philly?
Nah.
there's a video online, I guess. So in Philly, they're making it illegal if you don't have a mask on. It's starting to sound like modern day Hitler in Berlin.
No doubt.
But yeah, he was on a bus, and these cops drug him out for not wearing a mask. So I guess that's where our future's heading.
Holy shit, that's intense.
I didn't notice a gender thing when I went out yesterday about who had it more. I didn't really look into it just because I was freaking out being out.
Yeah, dude, and that's totally anecdotal. What I said, like, who knows? Just in that it wasn't just literally right when I was freaking walking by today or whatever. But I happen to see, and I wonder if it's an idea again about masculinity. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if again is like you don't want to look like a little bitch, so you don't want to like put on a mask in front of other people.
Hey, just call me Bitchy McDitch, bitch. I will wear a mask everywhere. Like, we only have one mask that me and my girl have been sharing. My mom works in a VA clinic. She's gonna be sending us some more.
Oh, nice.
But nah, I'm not. I don't give a shit. I will wear a mask anywhere.
Yeah, I don't care either.
I know a little bit about these facts about how this shit spreads, and I just don't want to be part of that statistic. I don't care. You can laugh at me and call me a bitch. I'll call myself a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, here's that video. Let's see. I need to do something better, but I guess for right now, this is what you guys get. I'm not putting the audio on it. All right, here we go. Facebook video. We've got the police department. It looks like literally dragging the man out by his hands and feet off the bus. It's about, about 8, 10 authority figures.
A little excessive. And this is all over not wearing a mask. Now, I don't know, like, the backstory, like, if he actually does have coronavirus or if he was coughing on everybody. But from what I heard, the backstory is he just wasn't wearing a mask. And I saw everybody else on the bus was wearing a mask. And I'm hearing that it's going to be starting to be illegal to not wear one, like, in certain cities. If you're gonna be out.
Because I didn't realize there were enough masks in numbers. Victoria was telling me earlier, like, you can drive up to a spot and they are hand making masks there, and you tell them how many you need, and they'll give you a couple, and you drive away or whatever, which is cool. But I didn't know they could give one to everybody.
In this situation, why not just give the guy a mask instead of dragging him off?
Fucking 100%, bro. No doubt.
I don't understand.
That shit is just too
that
logical.
That would have saved a lot of time.
Yeah.
You don't have a mask? All right.
Here.
Squad over there. Get them all out here. Or, here you go. Wear the mask. I'm going back to work.
Dude, you know cops do not want to be in contact with these people out here right now.
I sure as hell wouldn't.
Yeah, dude, you don't know what you're responding to right now. I don't know that I would pull somebody over. Like, yeah, they were going 25 over the speed limit. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Good luck.
See you later.
So I'm saying, if it's not a violent crime, I'm letting it go. But I heard they were letting a lot of people out for non-violent crimes just because of that. That spread's gonna be crazy. I mean, it's already being crazy in the prison system.
Man, just imagine how things are for Hillary Shank right now.
Hillary Skank.
All right, dude, it's been fun.
Yeah, man, great conversation, dude.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to do it again soon.
A week, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold you to it, man. I'm bored at the house.
Thank you guys for hanging out.
I look like they snatched my weed.
Are you gonna cut it yourself?
I was thinking, honestly, I'm this bored. I was thinking about letting my son and Toddy just cut it off, just go bald.
Victoria keeps trying to get me to
just because I know it'll grow back fast. Say what?
Oh no, Victoria's keeps asking me if she can cut mine.
Do it. Screw it. Nah. I mean, are you working? You're working from the house anyway, right?
Yeah, but like you still have to see me afterwards. Like people still have to see me on the computer. They don't need that. They don't need that distress in their life.
Wear a hat, brother. I'm wearing a hat now just because how scruffy I look.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we'll do this again soon.
Next week. I'm holding it to you.
All right, then. All right. Bye, y'all. Thanks.